Hello, my name is Michaela Ochoa, and today I will be discussing how to close the achievement gap. Closing the achievement gap has been one of the many issues that has tried to be solved and figured out for many years. As a future educator, I plan by closing the achievement gap by using 3 topics discussed in the readings that were provided for this assignment. The next topic that will be discussed is standardized testing. Standardized testing is used for an educator to identify where a child meets in a certain area and what they have been taught, which was explained when reading the article Standardized Testing and Cultural Bias. While many educators take a negative approach on these testings, I, as a future educator, will come to use this as a positive approach. The ways I will do this is by looking at the standardized test. I will come to know what needs to be focused on in the classroom. For example, if the test scores are low in math, this will help me realize that I will need to come to revisit this topic with students. Another way will be through group work. Group work will be used in the classroom. These tests will come to show the different levels of students, and by implementing group work in the classroom, this will give students a way to learn from their peers, as well as the students who are teaching their peers the opportunity to learn from themselves and by those they are helping as well. Each student can have something to learn from each other. I feel that by doing this, it will come to close the education achievement gap. The next topic that will be discussed is school resources. In the article, Closing the Achievement Gap Between High Poverty Schools and Low Poverty Schools, research has come to conclude that the resources used in schools do matter. These resources specifically being smaller class sizes and experienced teachers. In this article, it also states that this does not entirely close the achievement gap. With that being said, as an educator, my plan of action for closing this achievement gap is going to get advice from other educators that have been educating for years. This comes to follow with setting up times for faculties to meet and plan with one another. By planning meetings, this will give educators time to plan for the resources needed. To follow, tutoring will also be offered to students that need this. By providing this, it will come to help those students who need this the most. And this also reflects on the class sizes. When there is a big class size, you do not get the opportunity to always work one-on-one with the students. So when you implement tutoring and provide this resource for the students, this gives them a way to get that one-on-one help that you may not be able to give your students when you have a big class size. Succeeding in the classroom is crucial, and with that, the right resources given by the educator could make the difference. The next topic that will be discussed is family background. In the article, Closing the Achievement Gap Between High Poverty Schools and Low Poverty Schools, comes to say that the background of the student has an effect on the achievement gap. With that, this could touch base on family income as well as the education on both parents' end. In the article, it also comes to state that the mother's education has a stronger positive effect than the father's education on the educational level obtained by the student. Therefore, as an educator, in my classroom, I would like to have a bond with both my students and, most importantly, the families. I feel personally that engaging and reaching out to the families will be a way to help the families to motivate their students to succeed in their own education, and for the students not to look to their parents' education for guidance, but to create their own educational goals. Another way is coming to understand the students as well as the parents. When coming to understand the background of the student and the environment in which they live, it could come to help me as an educator connect more with the student on a deeper level and meet their needs. Lastly, linking home and school as one. Promoting volunteer opportunities for parents to come in the classroom can help for parents to be more involved in their students' education. Parent involvement is strong, direct, and impacts the student's achievement. This will also create a push mechanism for myself as an educator and the parents of the students to strive for their students' education. In conclusion, by using the different strategies that were talked about in standardized testing, school resources, and lastly, family background, I believe that as a future educator, this will help close the achievement gaps in education. Thank you.